Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Reiner, your host of the Independent Doctors of Pahrump, a TV show that airs Monday night on Channel 46. I want to remind you that I am a practicing physician in Pahrump, and I'm an independent practitioner, which means I am not bought by any insurance company or corporate medicine. We provide the highest level of care. We have nurse practitioners. We have other physicians, specialists who come to our office. Please come visit me. I'm at 1316 East Calvada here in the heart of Pahrump. Thank you.
All right, people of Pahrump, this is our last segment, and this has been really enjoyable for me. Anyway, Chuck, to answer your question, your stomach muscles are extremely important for your low back.
Yeah, mine actually has been doing great since '94. I don't really know what happened, but it seemed to have fixed itself after 20-something years of agony. So I still get massages and things like that, and I want to come in and see you one of these days.
Well, you're still doing proactive things to keep it where it's at, and that's the important thing, Chuck. You know, there is no back school in the world better than a back that goes out and you suffer that pain, because it teaches you to not pick things up and move. You learn what not to do that causes the pain. So
that is the honest to God truth. It's amazing how careful you are after you find out how much that sciatica hurts.
That's absolutely true.
Okay, well, I'll get off the phone. Ray's got to call you back.
Yeah, we're going to go to Ray as soon as he calls back. He wants to call in and heckle us one more time.
Yeah. One quickie for John. I had a friend that had dizziness and all that. They thought it was vertigo. Well, it ended up after months and months of trying to figure it out, he drank more water than he'd been drinking. He was dehydrated. And son of a gun, it went away.
Yeah,
and it's gone away for the last 4 or 5 months.
Yeah,
so.
it can be something that simple, Chuck.
Yeah, okay, I'll get off. Thanks, Doc.
Thanks for the question, Chuck. So back to the integrity of the low back and the things that keep your low back strong. You don't have to do a whole lot of setups. You don't have to do, I mean, you know, you can do in 15 minutes a day, you can do things to keep your trunk muscles strong. And as I was talking to LD on the break, what people don't realize is your stomach muscles make up half the muscles that go across the pelvis. And your stomach muscles are probably the first muscles that are neglected as we get older. I mean, we just stop doing the thing.
We push them out of shape by an intake of liquids in large amounts.
And carbohydrates and proteins and fats. But it's a very simple thing to take care of once you get out, once the symptoms are gone. Hey, Ray, we've been waiting for this.
Have you been waiting for the flagman? Well,
yeah.
The flagman's back.
Well, we've been preparing for you.
I just talked to Louis DeCanio on the phone, and he reminded me that he had a friend with a serious back problem, and the guy didn't know what to do. He went all kinds of therapies, and he actually went to acupuncture, and it worked. Have you heard anything about that, Doc? Is there some...
Well, let me tell you my experience with acupuncture. For 37 years, I've always had an acupuncturist on staff. That's how much I believe in it. My current wife hurt her back, broke her back about 2 years ago. I pulled every rabbit I could out of the hat to try to get her to feel better. Everything that I did with you, I mean, virtually everything. And we could only get her maybe 50%. And then it dawned on me the one thing I wasn't doing was what I did for years and years was using acupuncture. So we rolled over to Vegas maybe a dozen times and had acupuncture. And it was absolutely amazing the transition that she made, because listen, acupuncture in Eastern medicine has been around 2,000 years.
Right.
Western medicine has been around 200 years. So that just kind of shows you that, you know, the Eastern medicine is very effective and it works. Does it work 100% of the time? No, but Western medicine doesn't work 100% of the time.
Yeah, that's
Hallelujah.
true. Well, is there somebody out here, acupuncturist?
I am actively, Dr. Reiner and I are actively interviewing acupuncturists, because we want to bring one into the office at least 2 days a week.
Boy, that would be great, because I think it would help a lot of people. I hear so much about it, but yet, you know, all this stuff is anecdotal. It works for some, it doesn't work, but let people try it. You know, it may help them.
Well, the amazing thing, in our office, we'll have 3 different disciplines in there. You'll have the MD, you'll have the chiropractic, and you'll have the Eastern medicine in there. And the combination of the 3, I believe, are extremely powerful. And on top of that, we're bringing in a nutritionist. We want to put together a holistic weight loss program, utilizing nutrition, proper eating, and exercise to help the people that are trying to lose the weight. Because people with the bad back, except for LD, usually have to lose weight to get better. I think you actually put weight on.
No, I maintain the same high quality profile I've had for many years.
Yeah.
There you go, lazy dog.
So we are looking for an acupuncturist, Ray, and I really appreciate that question, because I believe in it. I've seen it work. My wife now is symptom free. We still have to do maintenance stuff with her, because she did break her back. So there is pathology in that low back.
Right.
But she is significantly better than she was when I met her. And it took almost 2 years to get her to where she's at. But, you know, we didn't go surgery. We didn't have them cut her. And you know what? Thank God for that.
I'm glad you shared that. And another thing I seen on one of these tapes that Chuck Augustine gave me were juice bars that would help people. Like, I think it's some kind of grass juice, wheatgrass juice or something. These shooters, supposedly the vitamins and everything else gets people's body stimulated and helps them out. Are you going to put in a juice bar over there? I mean, no alcohol. I'm talking juices, man.
I don't know that we'll put a juice bar in.
That grain is good for you, but you probably need to let it age in a barrel for a while first.
There you go, lazy dog.
You two can't go down that track.
I just want to call in the second time. I promised, and I try to keep my promises. You guys keep the faith.
Thank you, Ray.
Yep.
Great question. We got about 6 minutes left. If anybody else wants to try to get in here and get a hold of us, has a question. If not, I'll finish up with LD. I'm really grateful that you come on the show. And more than that, you know what? I'm really grateful that you got better, because you'd have never let me live it down if you wouldn't.
Well, I can guarantee you're not as happy about it as I am, and you are correct. I probably would have had some things to say, and since I have a radio show, I also have an audience I can beat you up on.
Well, I'm glad you didn't have to go that route. While we've got a few minutes left, talk about the charity a little more, about what you're doing to help these girls.
These ladies, in most cases, are unemployable. They've never worked, or they're young, and this is a short-term course. Takes about 3 months, and costs a few bucks. The scholarship that I set up, I buy the books, I pay the tuition, I buy them 5 sets of scrubs, good pair of shoes, pay for the certification testing and the certification. So all they have to do is show up and study. And I stay out of the selection process because I would turn somebody down that needed it. I would take somebody in that didn't need it. I'm a male, they're women, there's a, you know. So I stay out of it with one exception. I was called some months ago, and the chair of the Seroptimus committee that handles this scholarship called me, and she said, we have a problem. She said, we have an applicant who is just off the boat from Italy and speaks zero English and wants to do this scholarship. What should we do? And I said, we are not going to exclude somebody because of any failing that they may have along those lines or any other, physical or whatever. If they want to do this bad enough, they will figure out a way to get it done. So I told them to go ahead and approve her and put her on the list.
Good.
You know how she cured her problem?
She learned English.
No, her sister lives here and has for many years and is very fluent in English. She talks her sister into taking the same course. I get a twofer. I get two young, attractive ladies into the medical corps, and I'm doing this in honor of my wife. She loved medicine. And so I get two people trained to be certified nursing assistants. And by the end of the training, of course, the one fresh off the boat, by then had picked up a lot of English and was doing, and such a delightful pair of young ladies. And I was so thrilled that I told them, hey, this gal, she'll figure out a way. And she did.
That's great.
Because she wanted it.
Yeah.
And you know, people are successful when they have the fire of desire.
Yeah, I believe that.
That simple.
I believe that.
And the unsuccessful people are the ones that are going to take care of it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll ask my friend what she thinks. I've heard 1,000 stories.
Yeah.
The successful people are successful because they get off of the couch and they do something, and when they finish that something, they sit down and I have to take a break often. I have to put my back against a chair, but I don't turn the brain off.
Yeah.
I brace the back against the chair and make the back feel better, and the brain says, what can I do next? And I get off the chair and do the next thing. And then I go back to the patio, back to the chair, and brace the old back, and then do something else. And I can be clear on the other side of the acre and pulling a rake, and my back will twinge, and I'll just immediately walk to the patio, park myself in the chair, and the only problem with that is I have a pipe right there, and I didn't smoke for over 20 years, and then
Well, guys, we'll have to bring him back to finish that story. Dave, I'm sorry I wasn't able to get to you. We've got a minute left. I want to thank everybody that called in tonight. Man, what a great show. I'm looking forward to I don't know, next Monday's a holiday. I don't know if we'll be here, but the following Monday, Dr. Reiner and I'll be here. Thanks again for your calls. Have a good day.
thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome.